Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all updates.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha Banerjee and today I'm going to talk about how to start reading or how to build the habit of reading. So if you're someone who really wants to read, then do watch this video till the end. So the first point is, maybe you think that romance novels will be great for you right now because a lot of people think that reading love stories will get you into this habit of reading. But I think that romance genre is not really the right genre for you if you are a beginner, because what happens with romance genre books is that these books have a lot of different concepts and layers in them. So there is a lot of character building and exploration and understanding of the character that is involved in a romance book. So the best genre for you will be YA novels, that is young adult novels, that is the novels that are written for teenagers. So what happens is that maybe you are not in your teenage right now, but you have already been in that phase when you were a teenager. So you understand the issues a teenager goes through, you understand what are the things that troubles a teenage person. So it is more relatable because you understand the character in a very precise way. Also the story is usually simple. So I think for a beginner, YA novels are the best novels because they are relatable. And when you are someone who doesn't read much, so you need a book that will create a bond with you, that will be very strong, so you go back to reading that book again. So if you buy a book from a store, then it will be easy for you to see if the book is divided in small chapters or not. So what happens is that when a book is divided in different chapters, it becomes easy for you to read, because once you finish a chapter, you feel this instant gratification that chalo, I finished something and I'm going ahead with the book. So when you finish reading one chapter, you are motivated to read another, and that's how you just finish the book instantly. Like for example, the book Eleanor and Park, it has such small little chapters, so it's so easy for a beginner to read that book. So if you're really inclined towards a love story, and if you really want to read something that has romance quotient in it, because it's obviously interesting for people to read love stories, it's very obvious, but you have to pick a romance novel as such that will be, easy, that will be all about love and not about character exploration that much. So maybe you can read Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Also our Indian authors, for example Chetan Bhagat and Durjay Datta or even Ravinder Singh, I think their books are good for beginners because those books are really, I would say, a lot like Bollywood, and we love watching Bollywood movies. So it's okay if you want to start reading from those books. It's completely okay. You don't really have to go and start reading a classic book just for the sake of it. You have to understand that it's about you. You have to build the habit of reading first, and then you will be able to understand which genre you want to experiment next or explore next. Even the first book that I read, I think, was by Chetan Bhagat. It was Revolution 2020, and I think back then I loved it. And when I finished it, it gave me a feeling of gratification that I finished reading the book. And then eventually today I have read so many different books from different genres. So it doesn't matter from where you start, your entire journey is something that actually matters. So the next point is that reading is something that you enjoy. It's not another task that you have set for yourself. So don't see it as work, or don't see it as a task that you have to perform. You have to understand that reading is for your mind, it's for your upliftment. So you have to make sure that your approach towards reading is very positive and it's full of pleasure. Okay, this point is very important. I will suggest you to always have a book with you wherever you go. It doesn't matter if you go to a business meeting, it doesn't matter if you are going to your classes, it doesn't matter where you are going. You should always have a book in your bag. So whenever you get some time in your hand and you think that, okay, fine, now I have some time and I can read a few chapters or I can read a few pages, then why not? So instead of going to your phone and going through social media, you can read a book. Firstly, it will obviously make you a better reader, but most importantly, just imagine amongst all of these other people who resort to their social media, you are actually getting into something that is for your personality development. So it's not just about entertainment, it's also about making yourself a better person. So now you're just starting, so don't take a lot of pressure. Just set aside 10 minutes in the morning, afternoon, evening and night and read in those 10 minutes. It doesn't matter how many pages you finish in those 10 minutes, but read with your focus. Do power reading. So in those 10 minutes, do not keep your phone with you. Just do not do that. Read in those 10 minutes and just enjoy it a lot. Okay, So you can also do one thing, that you can set aside this goal of reading maybe 10 pages or 15 pages every day. So it doesn't matter if you read in the morning or in the evening, you finish reading those pages and that is all you do. Now, as a reader and lover of books, I shouldn't say this, but it's okay if you feel like dumping a book. If you think that you cannot connect with the book, or this book is just not meant for you, it's okay. Don't read it if you don't like it. Like, if you have already been halfway through and you still can't find your way through it, then it's okay. Leave it. Find some other book that you would want to read. Now, obviously, if this thing continues with every other book that you pick, then there is a problem with you. Not exactly, but maybe you should work on it. But yes, if you think that this book is something that is just not clicking, and if you're not liking it, and if it's becoming just a headache, then don't do it. Find some other book, because with a beautiful book, your day becomes beautiful. The last thing that I want to tell you is that you have the capacity to read. So don't feel that you cannot read, or you are someone who just have never read. Just imagine how much data you consume every day through social media. You read so much on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. So it's not like you cannot read. You have the capacity. It's just that you have not identified it yet, and you have not read something on a proper basis. So you have the capacity in you. Don't feel that you cannot. Also, another tip is to follow pages on Facebook and Instagram that share write-ups from books and extracts from books and poems. So what happens is that even when you're not reading, there is a lot of data on these social medias that will incline you towards reading those books. So you will get to know a lot about different books that are there, and when you read an extract from a particular book or a poem, you know that you like it, and then you can also go ahead and read it. Also, follow pages that share recommendations. I also share recommendations on my Instagram blog. It is @book junction on Instagram. You can follow me there. I share photographs and recommendations there, so you can totally follow me there. Alright, so that was all for today's video. If you liked it, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.